everyone, it's Leslie Langdon with UnityTV. This is our 7th episode, and today we'll be doing this cool technique using distress inks and clear embossing powder. And of course, our lovely Bella Doilies from Unity Stamp Company. All right, stay with me. Let's see how this is done. All right, so you're going to want to start with your favorite distress inks. I've got peeled paint, mustard seed, worn lipstick, and tumbled glass. And I'm just going to work direct to paper. So I'm going to take off my lid, and I'm going to do streaks. Okay? I can even just roll around here just to get the color on there. Then I'll move to a color that works well. Okay, I'm going to work in circular motions. I'm going to fill in parts of the green here. Then I'm going to use my yellow. I love this mustard seed. It's such a great color. You can even go up here and blend in down here. Okay, and then my last color, worn lipstick. Okay, I'm going to kind of fill in some gaps here, make this really funky. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Then I'm going to take a water bottle and I'm going to do some spraying. This will kind of just help the colors blend in together, and it will give us a really cool effect. So what you have to do is, unfortunately, you have to let this dry. You can go heat set it with a heat gun and then come back to it, but it has to be absolutely dry before we go on to the next step. Okay, so our paper is completely dry, and that water has made such a cool effect. It essentially pushes the ink away from where the water splatting is. Okay, so now it's time to stamp our Bella Doilies. Okay, so I'm going to stamp, 3 come in the pack, and I'm actually going to stamp all 3 so you can see the difference. Okay, so I'll start with this big one here. I'm going to take some ink. This is by Ranger. It's called Perfect Medium, and this is for embossing powders and for watermarking. So I'm going to stamp that just wherever, somewhere on the page. Just make a note of where you've done all your stamping, because you won't be able to see it clearly because it's clear. All right. Stamp your next one. Make sure you ink up everything. And press down and hold it firmly. I'm going to stamp this one twice because it has the most black surface, and the effect looks great on with this particular stamp. Stamp that one right there. And I'm going to take the last Bella Doily, which is intricate in its design, and I'm going to stamp here. And I'm going to stamp, let's see, right here. Okay, next step is to pour clear embossing powder on here so that everything that you've stamped will pick up the powder, and then you'll have to go heat set it. Okay, so just generously, you can go ahead and pour your whole jar, and then you'll want to shake it off onto a piece of paper, and you're going to save it and pour it back into the jar. Okay. So there, and then you can just hit the back lightly and see all that powder fall off. I'm going to go into the next room and use my heat gun to set it. Okay, so this is a really cool effect on its own. I'm not sure if you can really see the embossing powder, but you'll see it in a minute. It'll pop out once we put black ink all over the top here. So you want a baby wipe handy and a paper towel as well. And just take your black ink. This is distress ink. It's called black soot. And you're going to go in a circular motion over top here. And you're going to fill all the dead space with black ink. Okay? Okay, now you'll want to just take a moment and take a baby wipe. Just wipe off where the where your images are, okay? And take a paper towel that's completely dry. All right, that will help take off some of the the ink that's sitting on top of the embossing powder. Okay, so this is ultimately the effect, but I'm going to keep working on these areas and get these completely dark. But first I'm going to trim my paper to where I want this pattern so that I don't waste any more black ink. All right, I'll be back. So I'm just using paper towel right here. It's dry, so it's not going to lift any of the other ink off, you know, the regular paper. Okay, so you can keep, you know, working on this until you're happy with it, but essentially this is the result. And think about the possibilities with all the stamps that you own and all the different ink colors. So, and you can also use acrylic paint instead of ink to get the black background. All right, so I hope you try this technique, have a lot of fun. You can use this to cut up and make several different note cards. You can use this on a layout or any project really. All right, thanks for watching.